Hi, thank you for having me. I'm Mark Carver and I'm a lecturer at the University of St Andrews, where the main part of my job is I run a doctoral programme for teachers of English, typically overseas. So part of the reason I'm in Korea is that I've just been at an event for teachers from all over Korea, trying to encourage them to take our doctoral programme and also meeting some of my students who are here in Korea. So very pleased I could drop by. And today I'm going to take you through a little bit of background about University of St Andrews and some of the different courses that we offer. So just to show you some of the highlight numbers, we're a very old university, over 600 years old, and we have most subjects that you could think of. So we have arts, divinity, medicine and science, and within those we have lots of schools and separate professional units as well. So, for example, we just have a new business school opened, and that has lots of professional executive education. You obviously know about the pre-med programs, all the foundation studies that go through my school, and also all the master's degrees and doctoral programs as well. So across all the programs we have over 900 modules to choose from. And then if we look here, we have over 8,000 undergraduate students, and typically across undergraduate, postgraduate and PhD, we have about 10,000 students. So it's quite a small university, and it's a small town as well. Some people say we only have 2 streets, but there are a few more than that. But you will see your classmates and your teachers every day. Whether it's in the town, by the beach, on campus, everything is mixed together. So there isn't a campus out of the town, everything is mixed. And we have been ranked #1 university in the UK by several measures across different years, most recently with the British newspaper rankings, the Times, Sunday Times, Guardian, and also since the QS ranking began 13 years ago, we have been in the top 100 there for 10 of those 13 years, which is actually very difficult to do for a small university because one of their measures is research power. And so research quality is very, very good, but research power is very difficult if you are a small university. So we're very proud of that. And that's quite important for a lot of people who perhaps want to work for governments in some countries, that to get government jobs you need to be from a QS ranked university. So for example, some students in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Vietnam, depends on the job, China, that's a very important metric that we're regularly in the QS top 100. Very easy to make friends because it's small. Everybody typically lives on campus, at least for their first year, and even then they live in town or on campus all the way through. So we have a huge sports centre. We have probably over 200 societies now. So lots of opportunities to learn new hobbies, interests, professional networking groups. We have lots of alumni coming back to visit, so it's a really good way to connect with people who've graduated a long time. Most countries have a St Andrews Society, so after you've graduated, every year they will have a Burns night party and a dance and a dinner, and they have guest speakers. So it's a very good network to be part of. The thing that we're probably most proud of is that every year there's something called the NSS, National Student Survey, you know, okay? And it asks about everything, but it also asks overall, are you happy with your experience of university? And we consistently come #1 on that. So we're happy that it's a very good student experience. And lots of our students, maybe their parents, work at St Andrews as well. So I think we get this nice generational reputation as well. So we're very proud of that. And also, I think because we're so traditional and old, maybe people are a bit concerned that it's elitist, but we give lots and lots of scholarships. We try to make it as accessible as possible to the best students from all over the world, regardless of ability to pay. The UK is very challenging at the moment financially for universities, so we can't do as much as we used to do, but we still try. So, number one question I was asked at the conference this weekend is, where is St Andrews? So here's an indication. So Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland, with its famous castle. Glasgow is its biggest city, so that's where you go for all your Prada handbags, which is just on the other side of the coast, just an hour further on. So St Andrews is a seaside town, university town, has a cathedral, and we have some larger towns and cities nearby, but mostly we're on our own. But we do have the main airport in Scotland, Edinburgh Airport, which is where I flew here from. It only took me 18 hours to get to Seoul, just like that. But you can get lots of places much, much faster. So you can get to most capital cities across Europe within 2 or 3 hours. During the Easter holidays, lots of our students go to Italy for their holidays. So it's a great opportunity to connect with other countries. Ireland is very easy to get to. You can even go to Ireland for a day trip. You take an early flight and come back late. You can take the boat to Ireland even in a day. So it's all very, very close by. If you'd rather take the train, you can get to London in 5 hours. And we also have a sleeper train if you want a luxury experience. So they have nice big beds that you can book, and you can sleep all the way to London, or even up into the Highlands if you want to explore more natural scenery. So it feels like we're a little bit on our own, but also the connections are very, very good. And we have just this month got a direct bus to the airport. So it used to be that you had to take a bus and then a train, or you had to take 2 buses. But I'm pleased to say, as of about 2 weeks ago, we now have a direct airport bus. So that makes it a lot easier. Lots of clubs and societies, as I mentioned. It's difficult to know how to count them. So 150, 180, 200, there are different numbers. Lots and lots of societies. My favourite is the Dog Cuddling Society. So every month they take over the students' bar and they bring in lots of dogs, and you can just play with them. So that's great. And they do yoga with puppies, and it's lovely. So anything you want to do, I'm sure we have. Or you can start it. We give support and some financial support as well if you want to start a club. So there is a Korean society, for example, which isn't just for Korean students. It could also be for British students who want to learn Korean or try Korean cooking. So yeah, nice.
Yeah, Korean societies Asia is a contact.
We're very pleased we have a good support network. So if you stay in our accommodation, you have a warden system. So you have a member of staff who lives in the accommodation and looks after you and arranges events as well. And we also have a contact team, 24 hours, counsellors, support, security, anything you could need. We have academic support as well. So my department contains the Learning and Writing Centre, where every international student is entitled to have tutorials with an English language expert. So they'll help you, whether it's with presentations, with how to find things in the library, academic reading, writing your essays, anything. So there are workshops, but there are also one-on-one tutorials that are especially for international students too. Career opportunities, again, very good statistic that over 96% of our students go into graduate level work very soon after graduation. And actually that number's probably a lot higher because it's very difficult to count international students. Whereas if you stay in the UK, we have like ID numbers and things, so it's a lot easier to track. So I think that probably is even higher than that. So we have internships, we have lots of professional development programs, we have an alumni network, we have something called Saints Connect and Coffee Connect, where if you are interested in a particular company or profession, you can talk to somebody who's graduated from St Andrews and you can just ask them questions about what's it like to work for KPMG, and they'll tell you, just very informally. So it's a really good chance to build a network, and employability tends to be very good. Okay, let me tell you in more detail now. So this is the building I work in, and it used to be a halls of residence, but now it's all turned into classrooms. And the advantage is they're very small rooms because they used to be bedrooms, so all our class sizes are very small. So you can only fit about 15 students in there. But we have a social space at the back as well, so there's a student kitchen, there's a garden you can relax in, so there's a little bit of space too. So we have the International Year 0, International Year 1, and we have Pre-Med, but I think you know a lot about these already. So you can see that you can start at 2 different times of the year, and you can take more or less intensive programs, and then that will take you into Year 1. So that's why we call it Year 0, because it comes before Year 1. And compare that with Pre-Med, you've got 3 different routes. So you can take the extended one and take 2 full years in St Andrews to really prepare. Then we have the slightly extended, which is 18 months, and then the traditional one, which essentially brings you to the same level as the local entrance, the British entrance. So 3 routes into Pre-Med and 2 routes into business, social sciences, humanities. Okay, so where that ends up is to be an undergraduate, and here are all the subjects that we do at undergraduate level. So I don't know how many students you send to study Greek with us, but you can. Yeah. So, for example, if you start with your first year undergraduate, you can take 3 different subjects, and then you can choose to keep with those, or you can add another subject in the second year and try something new. And then you would decide which of those to take forward. So you can either just do one of those, or you can choose a joint honours. So you can be very flexible. Bachelor of Science, because there are more compulsory courses, a bit less flexible. But still, you have this choice of going from, you start with the broader 3, then to 2, and then you can either keep the 2, or you can really specialise in one area as well. So here's an example. If you're in the Faculty of Science, you might take biology, chemistry and statistics, and then decide that actually the chemistry is less relevant for your career ambitions, and then you would specialise much, much more in the 3rd and 4th years. So hopefully whatever students are interested in, it's nice that they have that little bit of flexibility. Okay, let's talk a little bit about accommodation. So it's guaranteed for the first year. We still have some shared rooms. Some students don't like being on their own, but mostly these are single rooms now with shared bathrooms on the floors. We also have newer accommodation which is en suite, so you have your own bathroom within your room, but again, shared kitchen. We also have some studios where you have your own kitchen and they're big enough for a couple, for example. And you can also have where you either make your own food or you can have ones where you have meals provided or some meals provided. So lots and lots of choice. Okay, let's talk briefly about student services. So we have our advice and support centre. We can offer advice on anything personal, academic, financial. We have a special hardship fund for international students. So for example, students recently from Japan, because the Japanese yen has gone down, they found themselves in financial hardship. So we have a fund to help with that kind of situation too. So there's
in this case to provide financial support.
Financial support with living costs. No, not as a scholarship. You can't use it for fees, but you can use it for your living costs. Or for example, if your parents suddenly get sick and you need to fly home and the flights are very expensive, something like that might qualify. So something unexpected. If you have any kind of disability or additional support need, if there's anything that your school did to make learning more accessible for you, we can take advice from them, we can put that in place, we can do assessments for you. So we can offer lots and lots of support, whatever student needs are. And obviously very important in recent years, lots of counselling and mental health support as well. Very important. So in terms of the student experience, before you arrive, you'll get some modules to study online. So they'll get you familiar with what it means to be a good student, how we handle sustainability at the university. We have student conduct rules, around, for example, sexual consent, equality and diversity. So that's all provided beforehand, and that was all designed with the Students' Association. So this is all in collaboration with current and former students. So hopefully it's helpful. And then we have a whole week for new students before all the old students come back. So it's a chance to get to know the campus while it's a little bit quieter. So you meet your advisor, you get to register with your doctors, you do matriculation, there are some welcome events, a big party, all these things to kind of get you settled in. There's something cut off at the bottom there. But also things like, we'll come to your school and check your visa's all okay and everything like that, and make sure you're all properly registered. So there's all that support too. Separately to this, as well as students coming for foundation, we also have the summer academic experience courses. So if somebody maybe wants to get a little taster of St Andrews, they can come for 3 weeks. They get to stay in university accommodation. They are taught by academics from St Andrews, and they get to mix with students, again, from all over the world. Again, this is selective on academic merit. So typically we don't ask for grades, but you would need a good reference from your head teacher, for example. Yeah, so it's and when you're suggesting this to students, I think it's worth pointing out that a lot of universities and private companies do these summer schools, but they're often just using the university building. All the staff are just in for the summer, outsourced. Whereas we actually do this, they're all university staff. So that's a bit of a different experience that we offer. And yeah, generally a very good experience. There are quite a few
What
students.
subjects
Yeah.
are they experiencing?
Good question. There's an arts and humanities strand and there's a sciences strand, but it's all fairly general. It's more just kind of getting the experience. And there are guest lectures every week as well. So they're a bit more specialist. So here's an example of some of the things that they do for the summer experience. And the new thing that we're doing is what I was here promoting this weekend, which is for teachers. So maybe when you're visiting schools or talking to teachers, we now offer a doctorate which is entirely online. So you can take it in either 5 or 6 years. You don't have to come to Scotland at all. You can do it entirely online and stay in your current job. There's no thesis, no dissertation. It's all about what work can you do in your school or your university with our support and do research around it. We have 52 students on that at the moment from all over the world, so that's a good network. 2 of them just met me this weekend. One came from Bangkok, one came from Shanghai, and we all met in Seoul. So we try to do things like that. We have a 2-week summer school every year in St Andrews, and this year we're doing our first overseas school as well. All of those you don't have to do. Everything's online if you need it. But if you do want to come, they're free of charge. So that's hopefully a really good incentive. And I talked to a lot of teachers in Korea this weekend who said they're worried about trying to go back to America or the UK after they leave Korea. And I think maybe something like this would maybe help. That if you have a doctorate about the work you've done while you've been in Korea, that kind of helps to explain that it has been high quality teaching and work. So for more information on those, we've got some QR codes. So the first one, we have master's programs. So in teaching English to speakers of other languages, that's the oldest one. We also have some newer courses, one in international education. So we have a lot of people on that. Maybe they're working in international schools, or they're administrators, they're not teachers, or they're test developers, something like that, work for Government Ministry of Education. And this year we have a new Masters in Digital Education. So all of those can be taken on campus or online. And if you have some teaching experience, there are scholarships for those as well. And then the program that I'm in charge of is the doctoral program. At the moment, that's just in TESOL, but hopefully we'll have that in international education again soon. And even if you're not a student with us, you can join the winter school. So we're doing this in collaboration with Jiangjiaotong, Liverpool, near Shanghai. And for 1 week, they're going to host lectures from St Andrews, including me, and lectures from XJTLU. And we're going to have 10 St Andrews students, 10 XJTLU students, and then 20 places for anybody else. So anybody who's thinking about a doctorate or who's maybe just finishing their masters, please encourage them to come to that. And that's everything I've got to show you. But if you'd like me to go back over anything or you've got any questions, just say.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.